So in Japan, at what age do people start practicing karate, and where do they practice afterwards? Dojo or at a school? Find out the normal career of a Japanese karateka in this video. Hi guys, if it's your first time checking out my channel, I'm Yusuke Nagano from Karate Dojo waKu, and this channel is on Shotokan katas and kumite. I'm confident that this channel is one of the deepest karate channels on YouTube, so if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so now. So let's get started with the video. So the earliest Japanese karate athletes start their practices at around 4 or 6 years old. This is even before going into their elementary school. So where do they practice at? Well, they go to the local dojo. They'll be kids from the same age group as them, or someone that's a little older in the elementary school. The shihang, the kantoku, the sensei, which means the teacher, would be around their father's age, so around 30 to like 60-year-old. So, and they get taught every twice, 3 times a week. I guess if you start this early, it becomes natural for you to turn your hips or to stay focused during the kihon. So they would start around 4 or 6. So after this stage, when they enter their elementary school, which goes from 6 years old to 12 years old, they will still go to their local dojo, because at schools they rarely have any karate clubs. So they would just continue with their practices. Usually they have classes from 6 to 9 and above, because if a 6-year-old practices with a 12-year-old, that's gonna be a huge difference. But I guess one characteristic of a Japanese dojo is that the oldest one is the leader, and he leads the class. Usually, let's say before the shihang or the sensei comes, the oldest child would take care of the stretching routine. So a 12-year-old would have all the little kids just do the kihon and stretching with him. So I think that's one of the main characteristics of a Japanese dojo. From there, when they enter middle school, which goes from 13, 14, then 15, the really good ones, the elite ones, would join a strong middle school with a karate club. So they will graduate from the dojo and go into a strong school. There, the intense practice starts. The really strict ones, they practice 6 days a week for hours and hours. By this point, they're gonna develop the foundation of their kumite and kata techniques. So one example is Naniwa Middle School, and Naniwa High School is one of the top level high schools of karate in Japan. So obviously their middle school is very strong as well. Some of the middle school kids that's really good would practice with the high school kids as well, if the high school and middle school is connected. So that's what happens during 13-year-old to a 15-year-old. From there, when they enter high school, so that goes from 16, 17 to 18, I guess 98% of the karate population would join a karate team in their school. So as I said, some schools already have developed a huge base of really good players because their high school and middle school is connected. And they would compete within the state prefecture, and they will go to nationals, and they will get a lot of media attention by them in high school. From there, some of the players get scouted to go into college as a scholarship. Some really strong schools are Kinki Daigaku, in short term Kindai, Teikyo Daigaku. Those two are very good. They've been in the top level for years now. Some athletes you see, like Ueksa from Kumite, went to Teikyo. Who else? Kagawa went to Teikyo as well. So Teikyo and Kindai are the top 2 schools. From there, the really top athletes gets a sponsorship by some companies. Those companies include JAL, which stands for Japan Airlines, or Kikkoman, which is a soy sauce company. And they would have the emblem on their dogi, and they would compete in tournaments. However, the most cases are that since karate is still an amateur sport, they don't get a full sponsorship, meaning they have to work for half a day and then goes to practice. It's a sad reality that although so many people practice karate, that only a few of them get a full sponsorship. I think it's different in Europe. I'm pretty sure Agayev has a full sponsorship for his practices, right? If you know, please comment down below. So that's what happens. They will start during 4 or 5, go to a local dojo, elementary school dojo, and then to a strong middle school, strong high school, strong university, and then hopefully gets a sponsorship. So what is it different in your country? If the situation's better or if it's worse, then please let me know in the comment section below, and I hope to see you guys next time. Subscribe.